Happy Thursday, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Wow, I don't even know where to begin today. Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs, 48,700 or so dollars. This is the Binance futures chart, BTC USDT. So maybe a little bit lower depending on what exchange you're looking at, but we're consolidating right now kind of in that high $47,000 range. It is just a matter of time until we hit 50K, and just wait until we get to all the good news today. Let's go through that news and you tell me we're not going to hit $50,000 and beyond. I dare you. And, just taking a look across the board at some of the projects I'm tracking here that are near and dear to you all and friends of the channel. Bitcoin up 5.9%. Ethereum up a couple of percentage points. Litecoin up 5.7%. THETA 6.34%. Zilliqa cleanly above $1, up 16% on the day. VeChain in the 4-cent range at just about 21% up on the day. TOMO chain, $2 or so, that's up 5.9% on the day. Cardano, another insane day, up 14.3%. Enjin, up 35% on the day. No matter where you go, you could throw a dart in the dark and hit a winner right now in this altcoin space. It is unbelievable. We're going to go through some of the positive top-level macro trends that are propelling us here to the moon and beyond, and then we're going to take a look at some of the altcoin news on a more micro level. If you guys like this kind of content, as always, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and altcoins, be sure to like and subscribe to Altcoin Buzz. All right, I gotta say, I found myself in a moment of kind of rare, I don't know what to call it, like existentialism this morning. Do you ever kind of catch yourself and you have a very meta moment where you just pinch yourself and you feel like reality around you is just, I can't even define it. I can't put it into words. I just felt like Neo in the Matrix. I just felt like the world was somehow changing at a structural level. Like the base layer code of the universe was shifting. And there's just so much positive news today. I felt like I was also, fortunately, I'm very thankful, able to capitalize on all this kind of stuff. And it was just more clear than ever. Not that I've ever doubted the direction that we're moving in, but here's kind of a more acute example. Yesterday, we were talking about how the total cryptocurrency market cap was at about $1.4 trillion, thus rivaling the total market cap of Google, or at least its parent company, Alphabet. And right at the time when I was recording, I was saying that, well, you were a little bit below that now. I think we were like 10 or 15 billion off, so like 1385 or so. Take a look at this. We're now entering territory where you have upticks of 5, 6, 7% in the market as we have today. And that's now moving the market about $100 billion. So just like that, $1.475 trillion. And just across the board, everything is up. Not to get too complacent, because it's not going to last forever, but just one of those days where, again, like existentially, it felt weird in a good way, but it felt like validation as well. We're certainly in the right space. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining that kind of feeling that washes over you where you're just happy to be alive. You're happy to have picked the horse that you've picked in the race, and the realization as well that we're still early, like, first inning, maybe second inning of this ball game. And I'm going to qualify that statement. I'm going to defend it by giving you guys an example of just how much is happening right now at the macro level. First of all, we covered this news yesterday. Squawk Box here at Squawk CNBC. They're talking about, continue, I guess, to be talking about how, quote, we've done a lot of the upfront thinking to consider how we might pay employees should they ask to be paid in Bitcoin, how we might pay a vendor if they ask to be paid in Bitcoin, and whether we need to have Bitcoin on our balance sheet. Ned Segal here in this interview with CNBC. If you're not familiar with that name, Ned Segal, he is the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of Twitter. So we talked about it yesterday, how Twitter is very much looking to be entering the Bitcoin space. It comes as no surprise. You think of the CEO, Jack Dorsey, hashtag Bitcoin in his bio now for a couple of years, at least, also heading up Square. So this is kind of unsurprising, but it's still good news. It's still spreading the good news, if you will. Mastercard announced yesterday that they're bringing cryptocurrency onto its network. So effectively, what this means once it's totally up and running operationally is that every one of the tens of millions of vendors and merchants that accept Mastercard payments are soon going to be able to accept Bitcoin payments, even if it's indirect. and they're responding to consumer demand. We are seeing this fact play out on the Mastercard network with people using cards to buy crypto assets, especially during Bitcoin's recent surge in value. We're also seeing users increasingly take advantage of crypto cards to access these assets and convert them to traditional currencies for spending. It comes as no surprise. Mastercard does not want to be left out. They need to be part of this or they're going to be left in the dust of others. We are preparing right now for the future of crypto and payments, announcing that this year Mastercard will start supporting select cryptocurrencies directly on our network. This is a big change that will require a lot of work. We're going to be very thoughtful about which assets we support based on our principles for digital currencies, which focus on consumer protections and compliance. Absolutely zero surprise at all. They're effectively a little bit late to the game because don't forget, Visa has announced integration, at least to a limited extent, with cryptocurrency. A partnership with Ethereum is already in the works. It has been for some time between Visa and Ethereum. So Mastercard is just kind of joining the party, somewhat late, arguably. But they've very vocally and very publicly, they've come out now and they've supported, or they've rather announced their support for cryptocurrency. Mastercard is a big network and one that we eagerly welcome to the crowd here. Here's that Twitter news. Again, a little bit out of order, so my mistake here when sequencing the tabs. But if you're looking for more info as to what the Twitter CFO had to say, you can take a look at that here on Cointelegraph. So those are two pieces of good news. We have Twitter, we have Mastercard. And have you heard about this? I mean, it's not even the end of the week. It's still Thursday, and we have like multiple blockbuster stories here. Amazon is now preparing to launch a digital currency project in Mexico. Job postings described a wallet garden-type digital currency that could roll out in emerging economies. I don't have too much information on this yet, so I don't want to dwell on the story here or lack thereof. It's not really a story just yet. But as the author here writes, the yet-to-be-announced project, which Amazon sketched out across a series of recent job posts, appears to be an effort to keep lucrative Prime customers eternally plugged into Amazon's platform. Why they don't just come out and accept Bitcoin as payments, to me that would be their ultimate enrichment strategy. Why they don't just do that is kind of surprising to me, but I guess they want to corner their own part of the market and have a proprietary angle that they move forward with. Again, there's not a lot more to this story for the time being that we can sink our teeth into right now, aside from this quote. This product will enable customers to convert their cash into digital currency, using which customers can enjoy online services, including shopping for goods and or services like Prime Video. That's according to one job post of Amazon's so-called new payment product. Again, if it were me kind of at the helm of Amazon's strategy, I would just implement Bitcoin integration and altcoin integration. They can go after their own crypto. They can try to corner that segment of the market and do their own thing. But that's not going to amount to much other than like a token loyalty rewards program. So let's see what happens with this. It's a developing story, but super good news. It shows that behind the scenes, they're definitely having these discussions. They're kind of on that wavelength. They understand that the wave is coming. It's here. It's not going anywhere, and they have to adapt or be left behind. Same thing goes for BNY Mellon. They've announced crypto custody and SPIs integrated services. These are the world's biggest custodian bank. They're beating out rivals JP Morgan and Citi to the punch. A major announcement here, but we're still not done. Uber, they're saying that they won't buy crypto in the form of Bitcoin outright with its cash, so they're not following that Tesla or that MicroStrategy approach. However, they would consider accepting it as payment, and that's according to none other but their CEO. Their CEO, their Chief Executive Officer, again here on CNBC, releasing this statement. Uber has quickly dismissed the idea of buying Bitcoin with the cash on its balance sheet. That's courtesy of Dara Khosrowshahi. He said that on Thursday on CNBC, but he did say this, quote, "We're going to keep our cash safe. We're not in the speculation business." However, he leaves open the possibility of eventually allowing customers to pay for their Uber rides with cryptocurrencies. And once you open that Pandora's box, it also comes into play the question of whether or not drivers are going to request payment in Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies. The fact that this is even being discussed shows you that they're light years ahead. And, whether it's Uber, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Mastercard, when these kinds of major press releases are announced, it's not because they're just beginning to talk about the idea. It's not, because they're sitting down today in the boardroom and having a discussion. It's because they've been talking about this for months, if not years, and they're positioning themselves in, a media PR setting now to project to the world that their strategy and gauge the appetite of consumers. So believe me, Uber is well on its way. They probably have an entire new system that is devoted to this, and they're ready to pilot it in select districts, select regions. That would be my assumption, at least. But they're doing more than just talking about it. Absolutely. The, I guess, exuberance of it all can be summed up here by Michael Saylor. He's introducing Bitcoin for everybody. It's a free course to educate the world on Bitcoin and assist anyone seeking to harness this digital monetary network to promote economic empowerment. The link is included here. You can check it out. And by the way, this tweet we're going to link to in the description below so you can access that as well. This comes right after the Bitcoin for Corporations Summit was concluded. Thousands purportedly of leaders, of CEOs, of board members, of chairmen, of chiefs of companies participated in that. We do expect to see more announcements coming out soon. The buzz right now seems to be that Apple is looking into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, whether at like kind of an iTunes exchange strategy level or at the level of, putting Bitcoin onto its balance sheet, because iTunes has a lot of cash, actually much more than MicroStrategy, much more than Tesla as well, about 190 billion USD in cash. And, if you're Michael Saylor, you're consulting with them, you're giving them advice. He's saying, look, don't let 10, 15, 20% of those USD melt like ice cubes. Convert them. Take Bitcoin, integrate that into your balance sheet, and you'll be better off. The other big rumor right now is that Oracle, with about 38 billion USD in reserves, is also seriously considering that same strategy. However, I cannot comment on that any further because for the moment, it's just kind of hearsay. It's just rumors that we've heard through the grapevine right now. But we are certainly, waiting on upcoming announcements. We expect to hear something relatively soon. Anthony Pompliano, slowly but surely, Bitcoin is becoming a reserve asset for individuals, corporations, and financial institutions around the world. Okay, shifting into some altcoin news, we're discussing here IOTA, at IOTA token. They've been on an explosive run recently, along with just about all other altcoins. Another big step toward data security in Project Alvarium. Together with Dell Technologies and Intel, we're thrilled to announce the world-first demonstration measuring the trustworthiness of data. You guys can read more about this on blog.iota.org. Together, IOTA and Dell Technologies demonstrate Alvarium, the backbone of trustworthy data. A major partnership. Dell Technologies is not exactly a nobody in the tech space, so IOTA and Dell Technologies, kudos to both on this collaboration. Fuse is in the news here. They've partnered with Orion Protocol to utilize Liquidity Boost plugin, enriching FuseSwap with enterprise-grade liquidity. On Twitter here, powerful new partnership announced with market-leading liquidity aggregation technology provider Orion Protocol. FuseSwap will leverage the Liquidity Boost plugin to enrich the AMM automated market maker-based DEX decentralized exchange with enterprise-grade liquidity. And you can read more about it on their website as well. Enjin is in the news. We've talked about Enjin. I think as far as those coins that I mentioned, certainly outpacing the rest of the very successful altcoin market. Enjin, ENJ on an absolute tear. Check out our video that we released recently about using the Enjin wallet, by the way, if you're intrigued. At Enjin had this to say: it's International Day of Women and Girls in Science. We are honored to partner with Azure advocates on the new Azure Space mystery game to celebrate female scientists and reward participants with NFTs from Azure heroes. Everyone who completes the Azure Space mystery will receive a QR code to claim a special edition Space Learner. Beyond serving as a reward for finishing the mission, these NFTs, non-fungible tokens, also unlock a sequel Minecraft quest in My Metaverse Network. What I find is particularly interesting, and sure, it's International Women's Day. Okay, that's fine. Azure, that's Microsoft. This is a major collaboration now between Enjin and Microsoft. Their partnership, their relationship is only deepening and strengthening. That's great to see. And that's likely very much a reason that we saw this recent price skyrocketing, if you will, of ENJ. They've had a couple actually in the last month or so. But this latest one now, I think really bodes well and shows, I think, the quality of the project, the quality of ENJ and what they're doing with NFTs in the gaming space, especially the quality of that team and group is being reflected now in the price, and a lot of people are waking up to how great they are. Again, check out our video. We're going to link to that as well in the description below. You can also read more about the developments here. Blast off with Azure advocates presenting the Azure Space Mystery. Ocean Protocol is in the news. Partnership. Ocean Protocol is teaming up with VeChain to improve data publisher flows on Ocean Market and allow users to publish their data in a trustless and convenient manner without the need to run additional software. You can read more about it here on medium.com. VeChain and Ocean Protocol partner towards trustless and convenient data markets. I'm not sure whether you say VeChain or Zero Chain. I recognize that the character here is a zero and not an O. So maybe it is Zero Chain. Let me know about that in the comments below. I'm not all that certain, so I stand to be corrected here potentially. Badger is in the news, excited to announce our partnership with iEarn Finance to bring the best in class Bitcoin vaults to the industry. Together, we can give users the most innovative yield strategies while upholding the highest level of security. Read the details and check out the rest of the thread. You can inform yourself more here on badgerdao.medium.com, partnering to build best-in-class Bitcoin vaults. And that is it for today, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Let me know if you're also feeling that existential tingle in your bones. Are your molecules vibrating the way mine are? It's a weird feeling, but a very, very good one. I hope it doesn't go away anytime soon. Guys, keep following us on all the regular social media channels. Keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell to receive notifications if you enjoyed today's video. Best of luck if you choose to invest on this Thursday. Stay safe, everybody. And as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.